So in today's session, we are going to discuss about where class, and we have to understand what exactly where class and what is the use. How can we use this where class to add one or more user-defined conditions to filter the records from the result set? We'll see with a practical. And how to add single condition, how to add multiple conditions with the help of this where class by using the logical operators. We'll see one by one. And then how can we pass a value for these conditions dynamically at runtime? How to make it as static, how to make it as dynamic. We'll see with the practical use cases. Now, so now as of now, we have discussed a general SOQL query, a plain SOQL query, which is used to fetch all the records from the object. Now, then later we have added limit class, which is used to indicate some specific number of records. We are indicating some specific number of records here, either 1 record, 2 records, 5 records, whatever. And then we have discussed about order by class, which is used to arrange the records either in ascending order or descending order. And then we have used the help of all rows class, which will be collecting the records from recycle bin also. Now, as of now, we have discussed few classes over here. But now, I want to fetch some records from the object through SOQL query, where I don't want all the records. I want some specific records. Then, what specific records that you want? I want to fetch only those account records whose rating value is equals to hot. Now, sometimes I want to fetch only those cases whose priority is equals to high. Sometimes I want only those lead records whose city equals to some Mumbai. Sometimes I want only those hiring managers whose designation is some HR manager. Like that here, I would like to add some conditions. Based on my business requirement, I will add some conditions based on the conditions I would like to filter the records. I don't want all the records. I want only some specific records which meet the specified conditions. I will add the conditions based on my business requirement. Based on the conditions, whatever the matching records are available, those records I would like to collect from my Salesforce object. In this case, if you want to fetch some records based on one or more user-defined conditions, then we can use the help of where class. So where class is used to add one or more user-defined conditions, which can be used to filter the records from the result set. Now, in this case, here can raise a question. Sir, by using this where class, we are adding one condition. How to add multiple conditions? Not comma. Just now I told you. Like as your if conditional statement. How to write two conditions here in if condition? End operator, or operator, not operator. These are called as what? Logical operators. So here also the same. With the help of logical operators, we can able to prepare compound condition. That means we can club the multiple conditions together to form a compound condition. So based on these multiple conditions, we can fetch the corresponding matching records from the object. So in this case, whenever if you want to fetch some specific records from the object by adding one or more user-defined conditions, then we can go with the help of where class. Okay, now, then how to use this where class, how to add the conditions, what is the syntax we used to follow? Now, let's see one by one. Okay, now, make a note of this one. By using where class, we can add one or more user-defined conditions to be used to filter the records from the result set. From the result set. Now, by using where class, we can add one or more user-defined conditions to be used to filter the records from the result set. Syntax. We can specify the SOQL query, and here we can specify where conditions, not only one, multiple condition. Now, we can prepare the conditions as below. Syntax is we can specify where field name and an operator and a value. For example, we can specify where rating equals to heart, where annual revenue greater than 50 lakhs, where location underscore underscore C equals to Mumbai, where active status equals to yes. Like that, we are adding some conditions here. Now, we can prepare the multiple conditions by using logical operators as below. For example, we can specify where industry equals to finance and annual revenue greater than 40 lakhs, where location equals to Chennai and also can specify R location equals to Bangalore. Like this, we can able to prepare our own conditions by combining multiple conditions together with the help of logical operators. now. So now here in this case, as part of this where class, we are adding some conditions. So this is how the single condition we can prepare. This is how multiple conditions also we can prepare. So now here we can raise a question, sir, do we have any limitation only these many number of conditions to be get included? No, we can add n number of conditions also, no problem. We can add n number of conditions also along with the where class. So now here in this case here, as of now, already we know if conditional statement, there also we have used some conditions. We have used while iterative statement. There also we have used some condition. We have used a do while also. There also we have used some conditions. We have for loop also. There also we have used some condition. Here in where class also we have used some condition. Now tell me what is the differences you have observed as of now. In the normal if condition and then in where class condition, what is the difference you have observed? Sorry? Tell me. Okay. In if condition also we are writing directly because if okay, rating equals to heart. We are writing the condition. No. If is not iterative, forget about this one. Well, I'm talking about if condition here. Now the same condition I would like to write by using if condition. How to write? If now tell me. Rating? Tell me how to write equals to. Equals to. Now, got the difference here? Any difference? What is that? Right. Now, in this case, when coming to the Apex programming, to compare the value, we are using double equals. Okay. When we go to the SOQL query, we are using single equals for comparison. In SOQL queries, no assignment concept here, only comparison. So, as part of Apex programming, single equals is for assignment, double equals for comparison. Here we don't have any assignments here, only comparison. So that single equals we have to use for comparison. This is the first difference. Next, second. One more difference. Then there also we can write greater than or equals to. Here also we can use greater than or equals to. What is the difference? Okay. In Apex, if condition also there is the same. In where class also same. Here also we can use okay greater than or equals to. In if conditional statement also we can use condition based on the fields. Like we are writing if ACC dot ID. Then this is also a field, right? That is also a record field. Right, exactly. Now, for example, I want to check two conditions over here. If rating equals to heart, then I would like to add one more condition, okay, annual revenue greater than 20 lakhs. Then what we can do? And operator. Then how to write? Two ampersand symbols. We can write annual revenue greater than 50 lakhs. Got the difference? What is that? In this case, that means what? Now here, as part of if conditional statement, okay, in order to write that logical operators, we are using the notations like double ampersand, or we are using two pipe symbols. We are using that. But here we need to write the words and are. Don't use double ampersand, it will show the compilation error. Don't use this R symbol, it will show the compilation error. Okay. So now here, these are the two differences here we have to observe in normal if condition and then where clause condition. Okay. Everything will be same like as your if conditional statement, except these two differences. Okay. Now, so in this case, whenever we are going to be following the SOQL queries to form the condition, we have to use where the condition. Condition we can able to prepare with the help of the field and the respective values. We can able to compare the field with the respective values with the help of the various comparison operators. Like that, we can prepare multiple conditions also. These multiple conditions we can club together with the help of logical operators as well. Okay, understood the concept now? Next. Here just you can use that location not equals to band. Okay, now, yes, right. Clear? Next. Now, let's write some SOQL query. Only query part that I want here. I don't want the how to display the records. That is same story. Same code we can copy and paste, but I don't want that. Just I want only the query part here and then how to store the records. Now let me go to my Salesforce org. Now, first use case. Write an SOQL query to fetch banking industry customers from account object. So I want to collect only those account records whose industry equals to banking. Then, now tell me how can we write this SOQL query? Select ID of the account, name, rating, industry, annual revenue. So now let me give you a small point here. Whenever we are going to be adding some condition based on a field, on what kind of field basis we are adding the condition based on industry, then in that case, in this select statement, please include that columns over here. Whatever the fields that we are using on which to prepare the conditions, those fields we have to include in the select statement. Remaining fields, it's your choice. If you want, you can use. If you don't want, leave it, no issues. Annual revenue, active status, from account. Next, where industry equals to double equals or single equals? Single equals. Next. Okay, banking, right. Now tell me this query will return how many records? Now, whatever the account records are available in my object, whose industry equals to banking, those records will return. How many records are there? I don't know. If you don't know that here, what is the result here? How to store? Can I use a single variable here? No. Why? Suppose maybe there are multiple records, maybe there with the industry banking. In that case, list collection. So instead of using a single variable, we are using list collection. Okay. Understood the concept now? This is the query. Next one, write one more query. Write an SQL query to fetch all the case records whose priority is high and status is new. Now, tell me the SQL query here. Okay. Select the ID of the case number, status, priority, origin, reason, subject from the case where status equals to new and the priority equals to high. That's it. Two conditions. Write an SQL query to fetch two active user accounts. Now tell me, how do you know whether user is in active status or not? Here my requirement is I want to fetch the users. How many? Two users. Okay, which users? Which are in active status. How do you know whether the user is in active status or not? Hmm. Then how do you know whether a user is active status or not? How to check? What is that field in user object? Sorry, that is custom object. Is active, right? In the user object, we have a field called as is active field, which is indicating whether user is active or not. It's a checkbox field, which is having true or false. If is active equals to true, then user will be in active status. If it is active equals to false, that means user is inactive. Then how many users I want now? Two users. How to get two user record? Limit class. So now, how many classes we are using now? Two classes. What are those two classes? Where class and limit class. From this one, which one we need to write first? Where class we need to write first. Then we need to write limit class. Okay. So whenever we are using multiple classes, please check the order first. Okay. If you are changing the order, syntax will be wrong. Now, write the query for this. List of user, lst users equals to select the ID of the user, first name, last name, email, username is active from user object where is active equals to true, then I would like to specify limit to 2. Write an SQL query to fetch two deleted account records from the object. Write an SQL query to fetch two deleted account records from the object. How do we know whether record is deleted or not? Is a deleted field. Then deleting records will be having the value what? Is deleted will be true. How many records that you want? Two records here. From which object? Account object here. Okay. Now write the query for this. Done with the query. Now tell me what is the condition? Where Okay. Limit 2. Then anything else? Why? Right. In this case here, whenever we are going to be fetching the data from the object, it will target only for the records which are present in the object. But what records I want to collect? Deleted records. If you want to collect deleted records also, what class we need to use? All rows class. So we need to use that all rows class. If you're not using this all rows class, this query will return 0 records, nothing. Because in the object here, it will try to fetch. In object, all the records are having is the deleted value equals to false. So there is no record which is meeting this condition. So it will return 0 records. So that here we need to add all rows. Write an SQL query to fetch all the position records from the object which are not closed. Then what is the condition we need to add? Field. Status. Status. Right. Exactly. So now status not equals to closed. Right. Now list of position underscore C lst positions. Select ID of the position, name, location, position status, maximum budget, milestone date from position object, where position status not equals to closed. That means except these closed positions, remaining all the positions will be getting listed out. Like the positions which are having the status value, new position, open approved, in progress, on hold, okay, like as recruited, all these positions will be getting returned. Okay. Done with this? Now. So now this is how we can prepare our own SQL query, and then we can able to add our own conditions also by using where class. But in this case, as of now, what we have observed, whatever the SOQL queries that we have prepared, for each and every SOQL query, we have added some conditions. It may be one or multiple conditions, also depends upon my business requirement. Here we have added only one condition here. Industry equals to banking. Here we have added two conditions over here. Now in this case, upon preparing this condition, we have hard coded this value. This value has been hard coded. This value also has been hard coded. This is also hard coded value. Hard coded value means fixed values. Every time same value will be getting applied to form the condition. If the condition is same, records also will be same, right? Every time. That is a problem. In this case, what I want to do is, I don't want to make these conditions hard coded. I want to pass these values dynamically at runtime. I want to pass this value dynamically at runtime. How to pass? With the help of parameters. So I want to prepare the procedures. Inside the procedures, I would like to write this piece of code. Then upon forming this condition, whatever the values are required, those values I would like to pass through parameters dynamically at runtime. Based on that parameter value, it should form the condition, it should fetch the data, it should represent to me on the debug log file. Okay, so that here, in order to make those conditions dynamic, we are using the help of parameterized procedures. Then how can we use that? Now let's see with the practical. Okay, now let's see. Now make a note of this use case. Write an Apex program to fetch account records from the object based on the specified rating dynamically at runtime. Based on the specified rating dynamically at runtime. I will pass this rating value dynamically. Rating value means what? Hot, warm, cold. This value will be of type what? String value, right? So we need to prepare a procedure with one string parameter. You know how to prepare the parameters, already you know that. Okay, now, then how can we do that? Okay, we'll see with the practical. Done with this? Now, how to write this piece of code? Now let's see. I'm going to my Salesforce Arc. Let me open my class which I have prepared in the past. This is a class which I have prepared. Now, I would like to fetch the record. Public static void get accounts by rating. I'm preparing a method with the name get accounts by rating. Based on the rating value which we have supplied, I would like to fetch the corresponding matching account records. I want to pass that rating value at runtime. So I'm using this parameter string rating value. String rating value. We can give any parameter name, whatever you want. Simply R also, simply yes also, anything. But please give a proper meaningful name. I'm passing what value? Rating value. Based on the rating value, I would like to fetch the corresponding matching record. So that here, I'm going to be indicating this parameter name as rating value. You can give anything over here. Now here in this case, first of all, I would like to check this parameter value, whether this parameter contains value or not. Because whenever we are invoking this particular method from execute anonymous window, we need to pass that rating value. Suppose if I'm passing this rating value as empty, then what data we need to fetch? Nothing. I don't want to waste my SOQL query because SOQL queries are very, very costly. Costly means we have very less per transaction, that is only 100. So we have to utilize them very, very efficiently. If the data is available, then only I would like to use SOQL query to fetch the records from the object. If I'm not passing any input value, then why should I waste my SOQL query? For that one, I would like to check some conditions over here. Now, I would like to check the condition. If rating value not equals to null, rating value not equals to empty. Okay. So now rating value not equals to null and not equals to empty. Now, null is different, empty is different. If you're giving one space, that is nothing but empty. Okay, then whenever just you're defining the variable, that will be null. Okay, now. So now here in this case, for example, let me tell you here. Let me show you. I'm indicating string rating. String industry equals to empty. Let me print the value. System.debug. Rating is now just I'm printing that variable. I have defined two variables here. First variable is string rating. Now here I haven't assigned any value. If I'm not assigning any value for this variable, what is the default value? Null. And then second variable, I'm assigning the value, okay, empty here. Now I'm printing both the values over here. Let me invoke this method. Now click on execute. See the results. Then what happened here? Now for this rating field, the value is what variable? What is the value? Null. For industry, this is empty. Nothing is available. So both are different. That's what here I'm comparing both. Now rating value should not be empty. Rating value should not be null. That means compulsorily should have some value. Suppose if I'm giving this a single quotes and starting and ending, that means it is having a value. What is the value? Empty. Okay. Now. So now here in this case, I'm checking this condition. Whatever the parameter that was specified, that parameter value is not null and not empty. It is having some value. Then I would like to fetch the records from that object. So what records I would like to fetch? Account. How many account records are available with this rating value? I don't know. Then we can able to use the help of list collection. If you know exactly one record will be returned, then only we can go with single variable here. Okay. Now list of account. LST accounts equals to select the ID of the account, name, rating, industry, annual revenue, active status, from account, where rating equals to, what is the value here? Whatever the rating value we have supplied, that rating value I would like to compare. In this case here, that means what? Suppose for example here for this parameter, I'm giving the value as hot. Whenever I'm passing this value hot, it will check whether this value hot is not equals to null. It is not equals to empty here. Then at runtime, I would like to collect this value hot. I want to substitute in this place here. Then it will form the condition rating equals to hot. In this case, whenever if you want to substitute this parameter value in this particular place, here before this variable, we need to give a colon. Colon is indicating dynamic assignment. Dynamically at runtime, go to this parameter, collect the value, substitute in this place over here. For that reason, we have to use the help of colon equals to colon. This is the indication. Clear? Dynamically at runtime, it will go to this rating value parameter. Whatever the value we have supplied, that value will be substituting over here. Then it will form the condition. Based on the condition, it will collect the matching record that will store into my collection. Okay? Only in SOQL. Okay? When you go to the Oracle database, they're following this kind of syntax in Oracle also. Similar fashion, but this kind of condition will be only for Apex, only for SOQL, not for normal Apex programming. In normal Apex, directly we can compare the variable values. Now, the remaining story will be same, no change. Number of records returned. LST accounts dot size. Now I would like to check the condition. If LST accounts is not empty, then I would like to iterate the collection. For each and every account record from LST accounts, I would like to show the recorded data. That's it. Now, so here we are going to passing this parameter value at runtime. Based on the parameter value, I would like to collect that record over here. I would like to check the condition. If the parameter value is not null and not empty, then I would like to apply this condition dynamically at runtime. I would like to fetch the data. I will store into my collection. From there, I'm printing this number of records written. I'm representing each and every record one by one by using this enhanced for loop. Okay. Now, only this query part will be changing. This story will be same, no change. Now let me execute this piece of code. I'm calling this method by using class name dot method name. Here I'm passing this rating value as hot. When you click on execute button, now this method will collect only those account records whose rating value is equals to hot. Select the debug only. It is indicating there are 14 account records are available over here whose rating value is equals to hot. These are all the accounts whose rating value is equals to hot. Okay. Suppose, for example, if I'm giving this rating value as cold, it will fetch only those account records whose rating value is equals to cold. You no need to modify the code. Just you can pass a value differently here. That's it. Select the debug only. Now it is indicating there are 3 matching records are available which are having rating value cold. Here also cold. Here also cold. Now, suppose for example, if I'm passing this value warm. Now click on execute button. Let's verify the results. Select the debug only. There are 9 accounts are there which are having the rating value. Wow. Like that, here we can able to fetch the corresponding matching records from the object by adding the condition, by passing the value for the condition dynamically at runtime. Okay. Don't think this is dynamic SOQL query. This is static SOQL query only. Because we have written the SOQL query inside that square braces over here. This is still static SOQL query only here. Now, when it will be dynamic SOQL query here, now, if you're adding this entire condition at runtime, if you're adding some columns at runtime, then only that will be dynamic SOQL query here. But here we are not adding any column at runtime. We are not adding any condition at runtime. For this particular field, whatever the value is required, that value we are passing dynamically at runtime. That's it. We are not forming the whole condition here. Now, It's static still. It's not dynamic. That's what we are writing. We can pass the value here. That means that's what I tell you. I'm telling you here. If I'm adding this complete to where class at runtime, then only that will be dynamic. Dynamically at runtime, we can add some condition. Dynamically at runtime, we can add some fields. But we are not adding any condition. Condition is already prepared. But for that particular parameter, we are passing the value at runtime. That's it here. Okay. Now, whenever we are having SOQL query with that square braces, it's a blind formula. It is static. That's it. Now, make a note of this code. Now, let me place this code. Now, now just you can able to go with this. This is called as region. Now in the left panel here, we are having this option. Just you can expand collapsible option. It will automatically, for every method, for every if condition, for every for loop, it will prepare. See, for this particular if condition also, it is preparing automatically. Region. No, it will be coming automatically. Just you can able to close this. Suppose this is the expand option here. Then whenever we are closing that, automatically the blue icon will be getting visible. That means it is having some code. If you want to see that, then you can expand it. Just you can click on, it will expand. Right, right. Done with this? Next. One more use case. Write an Apex program to fetch the user record based on the specified username at runtime. Write an Apex program to fetch the user record based on the specified username at runtime. I will pass the username at runtime. Based on that username, corresponding user record details I would like to collect, I want to show on my screen. That's my requirement here. Then how can we do this? Okay, now let's see. We are passing what username. Now tell me with one username, how many user records we can have? Only one. Okay, with one username, only one user record will be available, because that already we know during the users concept I told you, usernames are unique across all the region servers. So username should be only one. It should not be multiple here. Now here in this case, now I'm collecting this user record. Public static void get user details. Now I'm passing user record. So whatever the username that I'm going to supply at runtime, based on that username, I want to collect that user details over here. Okay. Now, so now here I would like to check the condition first to check whether this parameter value is empty or not. I'm checking the condition if user record name not equals to null, user record name not equals to empty. That means if the username value is not null and not empty, then I would like to collect the user details here from the user object. Now, select the ID of the user, first name, last name, email, username is active from user object, where username equals to colon user record name. Whatever the parameter value we have supplied, based on the parameter value, I would like to form the condition. I want to collect the record. I would like to represent. Now tell me, this query returns how many records now? Hmm. How many records it will return? One record. How to store that single record? Hmm. User. Okay, I'm indicating user info. Okay, we have to define a single variable. If you're getting multiple records, then what we have to do? List the collection, list of user. Now I would like to represent. Now I would like to indicate if user info dot id not equals to null. That means if the user record is available. Here we no need to use any for loop. Why? Because only one record is there. If you're having collection, then we can use for loop. Here we are having only single record. Directly we can use that. Now I'm checking this condition here. If the user record information, if the user record ID is not null, then I would like to show the user details. Now I would like to specify system.debug user details are, I'm indicating user info. Okay. User details are, I'm indicating user info. Clear? Now, let me invoke this method. I'm passing the user name. Let me collect the user details from the user object. Go to that quick find box, search for the option users. Copy any one of this user information. For example, I'm passing user manager. I'm passing this user name. As soon as once you click on execute, we are collecting the user details over here. Let's see the results. Select the debug only. Now we can see the user details. This is a user ID, first name, last name, email ID, username, active status. All these details we can able to collect. Clear? Make a note of this code. So don't look into this parameter part here. Look into these square braces. If it is square braces, static. If it is single quotes, then dynamic. Done with this code? Done with this? No. So this is how we are using the where class. In tomorrow's session, we are going to discuss two more features like in operator. These are not part of our classes. These are the two operators over here, in operator and then like operator. These two are most important in the real-time implementation. Since so many places we are using these two operators. Then how to prepare these two operators, we'll see in tomorrow's session here. Okay. There also we are using where class, because as of now in the where class, we are adding the condition by using equality. Instead of using this equality, I would like to use in. I would like to use like. Then when should we go for in? When should we go for like? We'll see that. Okay. Thank you.